Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive. Today we're going to be looking at mini steppers. You know those little exercise machines that you can just keep in your living room. And we found a great post on qianmeng.org from somebody named Ang. They were thinking about buying one, so they decided to give it a try.
Oh, cool.
So Ang's post is from February 17th, 2025, and they start off talking about how they were surprised that they felt their heart rate going up after only 50 steps on the machine. They think it's because of the resistance bands.
Yeah, you know what? I actually think that Aang is right on the money with that. Like, we've all heard about low impact workouts, but it's super interesting that those little steppers also have that resistance training element going on. It's like you're working those muscles with every single step. You've got your legs and your core and your glutes all getting a workout.
Right, like it's more than just simple cardio.
Totally. And you know what's wild is that there's so many different kinds of mini steppers out there. Some of them even have Bluetooth now. So you can like track all your progress or even do online classes with them. Aang doesn't really say what kind they were using, but I'm curious, what should someone look for if they're thinking about getting a mini stepper?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Well, I think one of the biggest things is how sturdy the frame is. You want something that's not going to like wobble around when you're using it.
Yeah.
And also, how tough are those resistance bands? And some of them have handles too, which can be nice if you want some extra stability.
So it's not just like a one-size-fits-all thing. You got to
Or
think about what you want to get out of it.
exactly. You got to find what works for you.
Now, Ang was saying they were thinking of using it while doing other things, like watching TV or even like working at their desk.
Oh, that's a great point. We're hearing more and more about this idea of just incorporating little bits of movement throughout your day instead of only doing like a big workout at the gym.
Yeah, like sneaking in some exercise.
Yeah, exactly. Like, why not just move around a bit more if you can?
I do wonder, though, if it's hard to focus on both things at once. Like if I'm stepping away on the machine, am I really paying attention to the show I'm watching?
That's such a good question. I think it really depends on the person. Some people can multitask really easily, and other people need to just focus on one thing at a time. It's all about figuring out what works for you.
Yeah, maybe it depends on what you're doing, too. Like maybe listening to a podcast while stepping is easy, but trying to write something at the same time might be too much.
Exactly.
So, okay.
Hmm.
So Aang is thinking about getting a mini stepper.
Interesting.
But you know what's really interesting to me is that their blog has all kinds of stuff on it. Like it's not just about exercise.
Yeah.
There's posts about gardening and fish keeping and even programming.
Wow, that's amazing. Like, talk about a well-rounded person. Like, I wonder what that says about them? Maybe they're just somebody who loves to learn new things all the time.
Yeah, a real lifelong learner.
Totally.
Yeah.
And maybe they're bringing all those different experiences together in ways that we don't even realize. Like maybe their gardening skills help them to debug their code. Who knows?
That's so cool. I love that idea. Like you don't have to just stick to one thing. You can be interested in all sorts of stuff. And maybe that even helps you in unexpected ways.
Right. Like it's all connected somehow.
Exactly.
So cool. So we've got somebody who's thinking about mini steppers, but they're also into all these other things. What else do we know about Aang's mini stepper journey?
Well, they seem pretty excited about it. But they do say that they want to think about it for a while before they actually buy one.
That's smart. It's like they're not just jumping into it without thinking it through.
Right. Like they're weighing the pros and cons, which is a good thing to do.
Totally. So let's talk about some of the downsides. Are there any reasons why someone might not want to use a mini stepper?
I guess so.
Yeah, I mean, they are pretty low impact, but they might not be right for everybody. Like if you have any problems with your balance or your joints, you might want to be careful. Or talk to your doctor before you start using one.
Yeah, that's a good reminder. It's always good to check with your doctor before starting any new workout.
Right. And even if you're totally healthy, you still need to use the machine the right way. You don't want to hurt yourself, you know?
So use good form.
Exactly. And don't overdo it. Start slowly and build up gradually.
Aang actually mentioned that their muscles were a little bit sore the day after they used the stepper.
Yeah, a little bit of soreness is normal. Like it means you're actually working those muscles. But you don't want to be in like real pain. If it hurts too much, you should stop and see a doctor.
Good advice. So moderation and listening to your body are key.
Totally. And that goes for any kind of exercise, not just mini steppers.
You know what I'm realizing? We often think that we need to do some big, intense workout to be fit. But maybe it's more about just moving our bodies throughout the day, like Aang was doing with the mini stepper.
I love that. I think you're so right. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. You can just find little ways to be more active.
And maybe that's part of what makes the mini stepper so appealing. It's like you can just hop on and do a little bit whenever you have a few minutes.
Right, and it doesn't take up a lot of space, which is nice if you live in a small place.
You mentioned that Aang also blogs about programming. I think it's so cool how they have all these different interests.
Me too. It's like they're not afraid to try new things. And maybe all those different experiences make them a better programmer or a better gardener. Who knows?
It's like they're showing us that it's okay to be curious about a lot of different things.
Exactly. And that it's never too late to learn something new.
I love that. So maybe the takeaway here is that it's not just about mini steppers. It's about being open to new experiences and finding ways to move our bodies more.
I agree. And maybe it's also about finding the joy in those little moments of movement and learning.
Well said.
So we've learned a lot about Aang and their thoughts on mini steppers. What else can we learn from their blog?
Well, in the next part, we're going to take a closer look at some of the specific benefits of using a mini stepper. And we'll also talk about whether it's really worth the investment. So stay tuned.
Yeah, so, Aang's blog has all these other interesting posts. Like they were talking about how they're really into aquascaping.
Aquascaping, what's that?
So it's basically like underwater gardening, like you create these beautiful little landscapes in your fish tank with plants and rocks and stuff.
Oh, wow. That sounds really cool.
Mm,
Like I could see how that would appeal to somebody who likes to garden.
right. And it's all about balance and aesthetics. Like you have to think about the colors and the textures and how the different elements work together.
It's like art, but with fish.
Totally. And you know what? I bet Aang's aquascaping skills probably come in handy with their programming too. Like maybe it helps them to think more creatively about how to design software.
That's an interesting thought.
Mm.
Like maybe all these different hobbies and interests kind of feed into each other in ways that we don't even realize.
Yeah, I think so. Like it's all about problem solving and seeing things from different perspectives.
Right. And maybe that's part of what makes Aang such an interesting blogger. Like they're not afraid to share all these different sides of themselves.
Definitely. Like it's inspiring to see somebody who's so passionate about so many different things.
And it makes me want to go learn something new. Like maybe I should try aquascaping.
You should. It sounds like a lot of fun.
But okay, back to mini steppers. We were talking about some of the potential downsides. Like if you have any issues with your balance or your joints, you might want to be careful.
Right. You don't want to make anything worse. So it's always a good idea to talk to your doctor before you start any new exercise program.
Especially if you have any pre-existing conditions.
Exactly. And even if you're perfectly healthy, you still need to use the mini stepper correctly.
Like use good form.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to be hunched over or anything. Like keep your back straight and your core engaged.
And don't overdo it.
Right. Start slowly and gradually increase the time and intensity as you get stronger.
Aang mentioned that they were a little bit sore the day after using the stepper.
Yeah, that's totally normal. Like it just means that you're working those muscles. But if you're in a lot of pain, you should definitely stop and see a doctor.
It's like with any exercise. You have to listen to your body.
Totally. And if something doesn't feel right, don't push it.
So moderation and common sense are key.
Absolutely. This whole conversation has got me thinking about how we often get so caught up in the idea of needing to go to the gym or do some big, intense workout to be fit.
Yeah, that's what you mean.
But maybe it's really more about just finding ways to move our bodies throughout the day. Like even just taking the stairs instead of the elevator can make a difference.
Right. Or parking further away from the store so you have to walk a little bit more.
Exactly. It all adds up. And it doesn't have to be a chore. Like you can find ways to make it fun.
Like dancing around your living room.
Totally. Or taking your dog for a walk in the park.
And maybe that's part of what makes the mini stepper so appealing. Like it's not this big intimidating piece of equipment. It's just something you can easily incorporate into your daily routine.
Right. And you can use it while you're doing other things, like watching TV or listening to a podcast.
So it's like you're not even really working out. It's just part of your life.
Exactly. And that's the key, I think. Finding ways to make movement a natural part of your day instead of something you have to force yourself to do.
I love that idea. And I think it's something that Aang really embodies in their blog. Like they're not just talking about exercise, they're talking about all these different ways to live a more engaged and fulfilling life.
Absolutely. And I think that's a really important message for all of us.
So what else can we learn from Aang's mini stepper musings?
Well, in the next part, we're going to take a closer look at some of the specific benefits of using a mini stepper, like how it can improve your cardiovascular health and strengthen your muscles. And we'll also talk about some of the things to keep in mind when choosing a mini stepper. So stay tuned. And you know what else is cool about Aang's blog is that they're always experimenting with new things. Like one time they tried making their own kombucha.
Oh, wow. I've heard of that. It's like a fermented tea, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be really good for your gut health.
I've always wanted to try it. but I've heard it can be tricky to make.
Yeah, I think it takes a bit of practice. But Aang seems to be pretty good at it. They even posted a recipe on their blog.
Oh, cool. Maybe I'll check it out. It's funny how we started out talking about mini steppers, and now we're talking about kombucha.
I know, right? But it just goes to show you how one thing can lead to another. Like Aang's blog is all about exploring different aspects of a healthy lifestyle.
And it's not just about physical health. It's about mental and emotional health, too.
Yeah. Totally. Like Aang also writes about things like mindfulness and meditation.
It's like they're showing us that there are all these different ways to take care of ourselves.
Exactly. And that it's important to find what works for you.
So I guess that's a good takeaway from this whole deep dive. Like, it's not just about mini steppers. It's about being open to trying new things and finding what helps you to feel your best.
I agree. And it's about remembering that health is a journey, not a destination.
Well said. So as we wrap up this deep dive, let's recap some of the key things we've learned about mini steppers.
Okay.
First off, they can be a really effective way to add more movement to your day.
Right. Even if you don't have time for a full workout.
And they're relatively low impact, so they're good for people of all fitness levels.
But it's important to use them correctly and to listen to your body.
Absolutely. And if you're thinking about buying a mini stepper, there are a few things to keep in mind, like how sturdy it is and whether it has handles.
Right, and how much resistance it offers.
But ultimately, the best mini stepper for you is the one that you'll actually use.
So do your research and find one that fits your needs and your budget.
And most importantly, have fun with it.
Exactly. Like exercise should be enjoyable, not a chore.
So that's it for this deep dive into the world of mini steppers. We hope you learned something new and that you're inspired to move your body a little bit more.
And to be open to trying new things.
And if you're curious to learn more about Aang and their eclectic mix of interests, be sure to check out their blog at qianmen.org.
You won't be disappointed.
Thanks for joining us. And until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep stepping towards a healthier and happier you.
See ya.